This is the QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue, and I am Jul Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. In a bid to provide quality maternity health care for women and children in rural Gambia, the Fatoumata Barrow Foundation FAP on Monday laid foundation stones for 3 new maternity wards in the North Bank and Lower River regions. Following a visit to the Chamber's Kirjula headquarters in Bijilo, the Minister of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, Babukar Oju, on Tuesday, commended the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GCCI, for its contribution to the country's economic growth. And 6 suspects have been charged with committing various offences, including stealing, robbery, attempted murder, among other crimes. 33 undocumented foreign nationals are set to be deported to their respective countries for violating the Gambia's immigration laws. And in celebration of the World Breastfeeding Week, observed annually during the first 7 days of August, we engaged Malang N. Fofana, the acting executive director of NANA, about the benefits of breastfeeding that in both infants and mothers. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now, in a bid to provide quality maternity health care for women and children in rural Gambia, the Fatoumata Barrow Foundation FAP, under the leadership of the First Lady, Madam Fatoumata Barrow, on Monday laid foundation stones for 3 new maternity wards in the North Bank and the Lower River regions. Loli M. Kamara travelled with the team, and this is her report.
The maternity wards will be constructed in Essel and Farafenni in the North Bank and in Jara Soma in the Lower River regions. The ceremony was also attended by the Minister of Health and the former First Lady of the Gambia, Lady Chilen Jai Jawara. The new maternity wards, which are located in underserved areas, are part of FAB Foundation's health initiative to improve access to quality maternal health care. According to the foundation, when completed, the wards will be equipped with modern facilities and staffed by highly trained medical professionals. Ibrahim Balde, the Regional Health Director at Essel, and Lamin Seidikan, the Governor of the region, both thanked the FAB Foundation for this laudable initiative, saying these maternity wards will provide safe and comfortable environments for expectant mothers and contribute to reducing maternal mortality rate. The CEO of the FAB Foundation, Betty Sen, expressed her delight, saying that the foundation is thrilled to be able to provide these much-needed maternity wards to communities.
The new maternity wards will provide safe, state-of-the-art facilities for maternal care, ensuring that more women can give birth in secure environments, significantly reducing the risk associated with childbirth.
It was also announced at the event that the new maternity ward to be built in Essel District Hospital will be named after the former First Lady, Lady Chilen Jai Jawara. Dr. Ahmadulamin Samate, the Minister of Health, says interventions such as this one complement government's effort to improve the health sector.
Her Excellency's contribution to the health sector at the Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital. She has donated equipment, she has donated supplies, she has brought in experts from all over the world to come and provide life-saving surgical procedures for the people of this country.
From Essel, the delegation proceeded to Farafenni General and Soma District Hospitals, where foundation stones were also laid. Here, officials expressed gratitude and appreciation to FAB Foundation and partners. Musa Sise is the Vice Chairman of the FAB Foundation.
Today we are here very much wishing to return gratitude to the most generous and genuine of individuals in the name of Alhaji Muhammad Indimi, whose mother's name is going to carry this ward that is going to be built here in Farafenni in the name of Yakulu Abdul Salam. We are so blessed and so happy.
The construction of the 3 maternity wards is expected to be completed in 9 months. The FAB Foundation is a non-profit organization dedicated to improving the lives of women and children through various healthcare initiatives. With the laying of these 3 foundation stones, which also coincides with the 50th birthday of the First Lady Fatoumata Babaro, shows FAB Foundation's enduring commitment to contribute to providing equitable access to quality healthcare in the Gambia. QTV News, Lolly M. Kamar.
A lot of good initiatives there. Now, the Minister of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, Babukar Ojuf, Tuesday commended the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GCCI, for its contribution in the country's economic growth. He was speaking to journalists following a visit to the Chamber's Kerjula headquarters in Bijilo. And Sumana Esonyasi was in attendance, and this is his report.
The Trade Minister's visit coincided with the Chamber's board meeting and is part of his ministry's ongoing efforts to enhance public-private partnerships, especially between central government and the business community. Received by the President and board members of the GCCI, Minister Juf was given a tour of the various GCCI offices. The visit also availed him the opportunity to interact with the Chamber staff as part of efforts to understand their challenges and how government, through close collaboration, can support the Chamber. Speaking to the press, the Minister expressed delight at the Chamber's invitation and went on to commend the GCI leadership for supporting business growth in the country.
So this was just another of those functions to hear from them on certain issues, particularly contemporary issues in the environment. For example, recent developments between us and Senegal at the borders and trade across the border. Also collaboration between government and the private sector, how we can strengthen this and make it more beneficial both to government and to the private sector, which will ultimately be the value for the consumers.
Meanwhile, he also reaffirmed government support to the GCCI and his ministry's willingness to work closely with the Chamber to further boost business in the country.
We also looked at possibilities of improving our market size and all these things. So very important conversations, and I'm grateful that I was given this opportunity by the President and the CEO of GCCI.
The President of the GCI, Idrissa Mas Job, on behalf of the board, staff and members, thanked the Trade Minister for the visit and shared some of the things they discussed during their closed-door meeting.
We had discussed a lot of issues that impact the private sector, issues of industrialization. We have also discussed issues related to trade, because the Gambia's trade with other countries in Africa is all done by land. Most of intra-African trade is by land, and unfortunately we are surrounded by Senegal. Therefore, we cannot partake in international African trade without having good relationship with Senegal. So we were encouraged by the visit of the minister to Senegal. We were also encouraged by the current visit of the Vice President and the impending mission of the two presidents.
Founded in 1967, the GCCI is a non-profit and private sector-driven organization that facilitates business development and promotes cross-border trade exhibitions. It also promotes a conducive environment for businesses to thrive in the Gambia. Answane Esonyasi for QTV News.
Now, 6 suspects have been charged with committing various offences, including stealing, robbery, attempted murder, among other crimes. They were arrested in July by the anti-crime unit of the Gambia Police Force at various locations. Momodu Gajaga has the rest of that story.
The suspects are Mohamed Sow, alias Dese, Hassan Sow, alias Sesko, Sirif Diba, alias C-Boy, Usman Sise, alias OC, Usman Fatajo, and Ida Fall. These suspects are charged with various offences, including conspiracy to commit felony, robbery with violence, attempted murder, burglary and stealing, willful damage to property, and receiving stolen items, among other crimes, at Bruford Heights, Sanchaba and Jambur. Commissioner Momodu Sow, commander of the anti-crime unit of the Gambia Police Force, explains.
You can see in the footages we recovered three brand new cutlasses that they use on their victims. The particular day they attacked this Burfoot Height, they stabbed a watchman who is still admitted at the hospital. And also similarly, when these people were arrested, because they were doing a lot of criminal activities within Sanchaba, they affected 4 different compounds within the month of July, from 4th July to 24th of July. They also hit 4 different compounds, and when they attack the compound owners, they will take all their properties like mobile phones, like televisions. So also in Lateria police station, we have about 2 different compounds that they have attacked. They have attacked a compound in Jambur, where they took valuables like mobile phones and televisions. They also attacked a woman at Sarepate, and they also stole some mobile phones and some other valuables like televisions. So this is a gang that has been terrorizing the whole of this greater Banjul area, from Kanifing up to West Coast region.
The police recently heightened operations across various locations to pursue suspected criminals who might be engaged in various crimes, such as dealing in drugs, burglary, stealing, and other related crimes. As part of their efforts to curb crime and reassure the public, the Gambia Police Force has increased the frequency of their night patrols, particularly in so-called crime hotspots. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
That story there by Mamadou Gajaga will take us to a commercial break. When we return, we have more local stories for you. Just stay tuned.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards, request for checkbooks, and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. A 3-lane highway means more space for vehicles, smoother traffic flow, and reduced congestion. Each lane has a specific purpose. The leftmost lane for overtaking and faster vehicles, the middle lane for standard driving, and the rightmost lane for slower and turning vehicles.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News, and now to the rest of our stories. Now, 33 undocumented foreign nationals are said to be deported to their respective countries for violating the Gambia's immigration laws. The deportation order comes after a court ruling by the Birkama Magistrate Court on Monday. Aliou Cisse has the details.
The arrest and subsequent prosecution of these 33 foreign nationals, mostly from Nigeria, Sierra Leone and Guinea, among other countries, is the culmination of a well-coordinated security operation sanctioned and executed in the Greater Banjul area on the orders of the Director General of the Gambia Immigration Department to further enforce immigration laws. Addressing the media at Tangier Migration Management Center on Monday, Commissioner Suleiman Kujabi, the Chief Operations Officer of the Gambia Immigration Department, said his department is mandated, among other things, to monitor and control the movement of people entering and leaving the country, in addition to fighting transnational crimes. He said 381 people were arrested during the operation, but only 33 were convicted at the time of briefing the media.
The number of those who regularized their stays or they were previous holders of resident permits and have equally regularized their status is 303. The number of aliens that were processed and taken to the court are 38. Out of it, 15 are Guineans, 1 Malian, 5 Senegalese, 2 Nigerian, 3 Ivorians, and 11 Sierra Leoneans and 1 Benin national. Out of this number, 33 are convicted. 5 of them, their case is pending. Their case is pending depending on what will be the outcome of the judge. And some of them claims to be Gambians, and they were given 2 weeks to establish their status.
As the Gambia remains a transit route for many irregular migrants to Europe, Mamanding S. Diba, spokesperson of the Immigration Department, says the operations will continue across the country as they work to enforce the immigration laws.
Despite, like you said, the mega resources, the challenges in terms of resources and all other notes, we still, try to, ensure that there is continuity in our work. We try to make sure that we don't have a break, because if we start a good thing and we cannot continue with it, that is at the end of the day, we just come back to square one.
The authorities couldn't confirm when exactly these people will be deported and how much it will cost the authorities to repatriate them. With plans at an advanced stage to introduce the immigration bill to the parliament that will repeal some of the immigration laws to deal with the complex cases surrounding immigration, such as smuggling, the immigration authorities are warning foreigners to regularize their status in the country.
Any individual who comes, before you will allow him either employment or to reside in your premises, you have to verify whether he has entered through a recognized entry point, that is one, whether he has a valid passport or he has been controlled on number of days that he is supposed to stay. So without those kind of informations or documents from those foreigners, we are appealing to the premises owners to avoid harboring or taking them in their residence without fulfilling the immigration requirement.
They also stress that the human rights of these arrested individuals were respected during the legal process. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, in celebration of World Breastfeeding Week, observed annually during the first 7 days of August, our reporter Lena E. Igwenyiba engaged Malang N. Fofana, the acting executive director of NANA, about this year's theme and the profound benefits breastfeeding offers to both infants and mothers. Here is the report.
This year's theme, Closing the Gap, Breastfeeding Support for All, is chosen to highlight the importance of supporting breastfeeding mothers and removing barriers to optimal breastfeeding. Breast milk, a natural solution, provides much more than nourishment. It is rich in probiotics, antibodies, and beneficial bacteria, essential for infant gut health and long-term well-being. Malang N. Fofana emphasized the critical importance of initiating breastfeeding immediately after birth, highlighting its significant benefits for both mother and child.
We know in our country anemia is high, and mothers use a lot of blood when they are delivering. So if you put the child to the breast immediately after birth, within the first hour, it helps to stop bleeding. It also helps in uterus to come down to come out quickly to the emotion. It helps to also do the placenta to come out. So there are 3 aspects of benefit for the mother. One, for the child, it helps to clear the meconium and prepare the stomach intestine for feeding. It also ensures that the child gets the first breast milk, which is colostrum, which is high in antibodies, also high in immunoglobulins. That boosts the immunity of the child.
Mr. Fofana also identified several gaps in breastfeeding practices and shared how NANA plans to utilize this week to raise awareness and address these issues.
Every child should be fed exclusively for the first 6 months. No water, no food. Because breast milk has everything that the child needs in terms of water, in terms of food, and in terms of medicine. It has. We as a country have found as a gap in our breastfeeding promotion. And that's why this year we are trying to focus on that aspect, to inform people, educate people, communicate people, counsel people, so that everybody understands the reason why every child should be optimally fed, meaning every child should be put to the breast immediately after birth within the first 6 months, exclusively breastfeed for the first 6 months, complement breast milk after 6 months and continue breastfeeding for 2 years or beyond.
Mr. Fofana urged comprehensive support for breastfeeding mothers, advocating for breastfeeding to be a universally accessible option.
Wherever you are, whether you are a parent or an employer, an employee, all of us should ensure that we support mothers in our society, in our household, in our communities, to practice optimal feeding for the better of this country. This country, we are not blessed with main natural resources. Our biggest capital in this country is human being. And for that human being to have adequate growth and development, we need to ensure that we build the foundation, and that building of the foundation hinges on ensuring that every child is optimally fed in this country. If you do that, it helps in the IQ, because breastfeeding improves the IQ.
The National Nutrition Agency, NANA, remains steadfast in its commitment to raising awareness about the health and well-being benefits of breastfeeding throughout World Breastfeeding Week and beyond. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwanyiba.
Now, a fire over the weekend in Basse Santa Su in the Fuladu East district has left families homeless after all their valuables were consumed in the blaze. Alaji A.F. Jallo has the story.
The devastating fire destroyed the home of the family of Lama, a teacher who is deceased. The cause of the blaze is unknown, but many were speculating that it may have been caused by a poor electrical wiring system. Ibrahima Kurbali and Abdul Jallo, both victims, said the fire was so vicious and uncontrollable that it brought the entire building down.
Because
this fire was a complete disaster and nothing was spared. Everything was consumed by the fire. The only thing we are left with are the clothes we are wearing. We are homeless, as you can see. We are appealing for support from good people. I lost all my documents to the fire. Nothing came out. The destruction is so huge. We are appealing to Good Samaritan to come to our aid. At the moment, life is very difficult for us. Ramatulai Kante, the widow of the late teacher Lama, and Mariama Jallo are victims. This is a shock to the family. Barely 1 year ago, I lost my husband, who was the breadwinner of the family. Today, this disaster happened to our family. We are devastated.
For me, I don't know nothing. I was just inside. So I just had people were saying, fire, fire, fire. So I just ran outside. I feel so sad because we don't expect this thing. So it's too sad.
Many of the fires in the country are attributed to electrical faults, and it is suspected that was the cause with this fire. For these victims in Basse, anyone willing to help can contact QTV on email news@qtv.gm or call 33-33245 during office hours. For QTV News, I am Alaji A.F. Jallo.
Well, our thoughts and prayers are with the family during these trying times. I am afraid that is all we got time for, but before we take a leave of you, here is a recap of the headlines. In a bid to provide quality maternity health care for women and children in rural Gambia, the Fatoumata Barbaro Foundation FAB on Monday laid foundation stones for 3 new maternity wards in the North Bank and Lower River regions. Following a visit to the Chamber's Kirjula headquarters in Bijilo, the Minister of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, Babukar Ojuf, on Tuesday commended the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GCCI, for its contribution to the country's economic growth. And 6 suspects have been charged with committing various offences ranging from stealing, robbery, attempted murder, among other crimes. And 33 undocumented foreign nationals are said to be deported to their respective countries for violating the Gambia's immigration laws. And in celebration of the World Breastfeeding Week observed annually during the first 7 days of August, we engaged Malang N. Fofana, the acting executive director of NANA, about the benefits breastfeeding offers to both infants and mothers. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of the Bulletin. Do join us at 10 p.m. for another Bulletin. Thanks for watching.